第6話始まります。
This was
一通り尋問してみても
I mean that,
いまいちつかみきれなかった様子。
No offense, sweetheart, but you're not easy to figure out.
その後試写会があり、
Finally,
Hey, what happened?
he's dead.
What? Who's dead?
Me. Well, no, not me, but almost.
Cassidy.
Yes.
Take a deep breath and slowly tell me what happened.
Okay. You're right. So,
So,
Percy, my double, he's dead.
he died?
In the studio. At the film studio where we shot El Wolf.
Is he still there?
Yes, as far as I know. I haven't told the police yet. I'm telling the police right now.
ループスの代わりに替え玉が死んだみたいです。
Big breath.
I am calm. Thanks, Monica. You're always so good at this.
Okay, we're not gonna get into that now.
Listen, Cassidy.
早速行き
you
ま
got
しょ
a
うか。
car?
スタジオの控え室に到着。
For the love of the wild ones. It really is him.
The resemblance is uncanny indeed. Do you think they thought it was you?
I don't know. Maybe, or maybe I'm gonna puke.
He's got something in his hand.
Are you going to touch it?
Don't worry, I'm wearing gloves. I always wear gloves.
I don't know if I've ever seen you without them.
Maybe one day, Sweet Beak.
Are you really chatting over a dead body? What is wrong with you two?
Calm down, will you? We're just getting a good look at the scene.
Yeah, professionally. So, what do you see, Boss Bird?
It's some kind of note. Maybe a letter.
Remarkable observation, Detective.
No, I'm definitely going to throw out my lunch.
Everything all right, big guy?
Now do you believe me? Now you can swallow your cynical remarks. I hope they're stuck in your throat.
Okay, I deserved that. Just calm down. We need a clear head and your help.
Really? You mean my help? Help with what?
You may know a lot of things that are insignificant to you, but they're important to us, Cassidy. So please, don't panic and help us out.
Okay, Monica, of course. I'll do what I can. Your voice always calmed me down.
Stop that.
Right.
Why wasn't Percy at the premiere?
Well, as awful as it sounds, the doubles are not real actors.
Not even the parties? I've heard that they have some wild bashes after the premieres. By the end, even the police are invited.
Percy was not like that. He avoided the limelight. I'm not surprised he was here when this all happened.
What do you mean?
Percy was a dreamer. He wanted to be me, a great actor. He was probably trying on my clothes and imagining he was me when he was attacked.
I see. Well, thank you.
You're welcome, Detective. Oh, this is so awful. Farewell message. I told you they were going to kill me.
Sincerely, M.
ニックでしょうか。関係ありそうなのは。
Mongrel Mick. That son of a...
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Well, it's obvious. Mick. Mongrel Mick. Can't be anything else. Son of a bitch won't even hide it.
What makes you think it's him?
Philmar, what the cluck are you doing here?
Yeah, I just saw you two running away. Of course, I followed you.
This is a police matter. Sorry, you can't be at the crime scene.
Aw, come on, cut the crap, Sonny. Just let me help you. So what's up? What do you...
Another bird brain might actually do some good.
All right. Mick is the head of the Golden Fang. Am I right?
Everyone knows that.
Even me.
They've been camped out in the middle of the Hive lately.
I knew that too.
Do you know where?
Nobody knows that.
Nobody so far. But I've got a hunch.
And? What's that got to do with anything?
Mr. Lupus was going to have his face on a product in which the Golden Fang has a big stake, a product owned by Mick's former boss.
Feathery hell. M-E-A-T?
Exactly. I'm beginning to understand why it was so important to have this cheap meat substitute promoted by a face everyone knows.
And who's a loyal friend of the king.
That's the elephant in the room.
Or rather, wolf.
Furry heavens, don't get me involved.
It's a good theory, but still just a theory, right? This
Indeed, but it's a start. I'm gonna need Marty for the... I'll just take one as evidence.
Sonny,
What?
I saw you. Put it back.
Yes, Mother.
からくり箱みたいなものですね。
Can you tell me what this is?
Some kind of voodoo thing? I have no idea. I've never seen it before in my life. Wait, are you telling me you found this weird thingy here?
That's right. So are you absolutely sure you've never seen it before?
Do I look like the kind of man who'd play with something like this?
Well, then the killer left it here.
It's a message.
What does the box itself say?
I don't think the box itself is the message, or maybe just part of it. But this box is also a toy.
Do you think it has to be solved?
Maybe, but, I don't know. I've never been good at that sort of thing. I'm tone deaf.
Oh, give me that. I'll take a look.
Okay, Mon. The glory's all yours.
うわん、また音ゲー。草。カット。
Success.
So, what is it?
Honestly, I've never seen anything like it.
Neither have I. But it must be important if it was hidden in there.
It could be. Or maybe they're trying to throw us off the trail.
That's possible, but we'll never know until we find out what this thing is.
Yeah.
その紙がこんな感じ。
Have you ever seen anything like this, Phil?
As a matter of fact, I have. I've had a bit too much to drink, though, so the letters are all over the place.
Come on, this is important.
All right, okay. So, I've seen something like it before. It's kind of a writing.
Can you read it?
Me? Nah, it's not just any writing, Sonny. It's insect writing.
Okay. Can you translate it?
Only an insect can read it.
Well, that shouldn't be a problem.
Well, hang on, darling. You're not very familiar with the Hive, so you may not know, but this kind of writing is no longer used. Not
Well known, huh? Well, cluck you. So we need to find an insect who's either old enough or well-versed in this sort of antique stuff.
well, at least that's the route I'd take.
Thanks, Phil.
虫の言葉っぽい。
Sonny,
Yeah?
you sure you want to go down this road? This whole thing looks like a game of cat and mouse to me.
I can't help it, Phil. A friend of mine's dead, and Marty's in the middle of it. I'm not gonna let that happen to him, too.
Well, then watch your back, darling. That's all I'm saying.
When did you get so sensitive?
Me? I didn't. But Monica would be heartbroken if anything.
Hey, that's not true.
Really? What about the wolf, hotshot? Isn't it your job to protect him?
Good question. But I don't think he's in danger anymore.
They just killed his double.
That's just it. If they wanted him dead, they could have killed him too. But if you're so worried about it, you look after him until Blood Boil and the others arrive.
What do you take me for? A babysitter?
A good-hearted hawk, deep inside. Oh, and by the way, are you following me?
Okay, I get it. You convinced me.
Sometimes I think it's just boredom that makes you act so mysteriously.
Maybe it is, but maybe I'm hiding some secrets.
Sure. See you around, darling.
Will do, chicken lips.
虫の言葉といえば、あの情報。
We found something we need your help with. It's a piece of paper with some writing on it, which looks like...
Yes. We've actually seen this before. It's a very old writing.
Distorted?
Altered. Someone has used the ancient insect language, the Clawville dialect of it.
Of course it is. What else could it be?
We are honored to be approached with this, although I hope it's not because of our age.
No, never.
Bad news, detectives. We can't read this. The sound waveforms have been altered. We need a key word for it. You'll have to find someone who knows something about military intelligence.
Military intelligence?
Someone who worked for, say, the Clawville Crown. We're pretty much in the dark here, but codes like this are usually used by secret agents to communicate classified information. It's how the Allied parties in the Meat Wars.
It's a dead end, Sonny. You know anyone in the intelligence services?
I don't think so.
Maybe someone acting mysteriously. Not much of a past. Travels a lot.
Good gravy and everything that's furry.
Something on your mind?
You. You, madam, are a real player. You know perfectly well that there's someone in our circle who fits that description.
They don't call us the Queen of Information for no reason.
We're in your debt.
Wait, so we have a spy in our inner circle?
If I'm right, he was under our noses the whole time. You could say he lived next door.
We are glad to be of assistance. And we hope we can count on yours. When...
Nothing's free, am I right?
Let's just say that's the decent thing to do.
We wish you the best, Miss Zaneda.
Likewise.
誰でしょ
So
う
what
か
are you thinking, boss?
Oh, cluck. I should have figured it out years ago.
A spy? Really? We have a...
Well, sort of. If my hunch is right, someone who was right in front of us the whole time, but we didn't see it.
You stop teasing me, I'm dying.
Take it easy, pal. You're about to find out.
サニーの自宅にて。
Hey, Lewis, can you come over here for...
Sure, Sonny. I'll be right there.
Thanks, Big Ears.
What do you want from bunny ears? You think...
Just watch and learn, spring chicken.
No shit.
Hey, Big Ears, thanks for stopping.
No problem, Sonny. Say, what can I help?
So...
The chicken police back together, hey?
We've gotten into some deep shit.
Yeah, listen, I want to show you something. You're so educated, so worldly, and you move in such high places.
Come on, Sonny, that's a little too...
Thanks, pal. Let's...
Is that? Where did you get this? You're not supposed to have this.
You... Where's your stutter gone?
We had to reach this point eventually, didn't we?
Is your name really Lewis C. Hayworth?
Indeed it is. In this country, anyway. That's my real name. Like my father before me. But the rest is just a show.
A what? My brain's gonna explode.
So, we're all ears. And while we're at it, what is this paper? And why is it so important?
What you need to understand is that if I tell you everything now, and I suspect you won't leave me alone until I do,
We've gone deep before.
And Sonny is a living bottomless pit.
well, if you really want this, let's do it. Take a peck. To tell you the truth, I've been waiting for this moment since I first met you two.
Lewis seems to have led us by our beaks from the beginning. Is he really a spy? I still can't believe it. But the way he transformed before our eyes makes it clear. He's a master of deception. Even I was fooled. I just have to ask the best questions at the best time. It's the only way to open or break him. So let's start with...
I assume you've been talking to Lady Kate.
Did I talk to her? That's an understatement. She told me everything, but I didn't believe a word she said.
As I knew you would. That woman has been in the king's life for longer than you think. And unfortunately, we were too late to realize she meant trouble.
We? Who is we?
Well, it has to do with the paper you just showed me, which you shouldn't have at your possession in the first place.
What is this, some kind of secret society?
Almost, Sonny. I work for the CCI, the Clawville Crown Intelligence. I've been with them for as long as I can remember, even before Hector took the throne.
A king's spy, huh? What about a con man?
What do you think? Just look inside yourself.
What am I supposed to think? Everything I've ever thought about you is a lie.
Not everything. And when I needed to lie to you, there was always some truth in it.
Foreign trips and real estate deals, huh?
I was on missions for the king all over the wilderness. And yes, my cover says I bought property for myself and the crown. And sometimes I did just that.
What about the Atlas Hotel? Is it really a family inheritance?
Uh-huh. But it also came in handy as a base for operations. And it was a good way to keep you in my sights.
Oh, Lewis. You know how I feel about that? You were clucking spying on me in my own home.
Spying on you? No, not at all. But we had to be certain about you from the beginning.
Why is that?
The same reason we're here today. Because you and Marty are always sticking your beaks in everything. Things you shouldn't have anything to do with.
Well, I can't deny that.
無難かもしれませんが。
So who is Lewis C. Hayworth exactly?
If you want to know the naked truth, I was a carefree but aimless youth. Sure, I devoured women, fast cars, wild parties. I didn't care about anything in this world.
What happened?
I made a serious error of judgment, and someone closest to me died. I was destroyed. After that, I decided to make a change.
And become a spy.
That's not how it works. It was a long road.
So you converted, and
If you boil it down,
well, there's more to it than that, right?
I swore an oath to the king, and have served the crown ever since. With my family gone and no real friends, it was easy to fabricate a new identity for myself, even if I kept my true name here in Clawville.
And the nervous bunny thing?
It helped. No one ever thought of me as anything other than a fallen, sad, irrelevant eccentric.
And the story of your impoverishment.
Did it work?
It worked for me.
Well, there you go.
Oh, clucking hell, Lewis, I still can't believe it.
こは一番下で。
So you needed us. Why?
To be honest, you were considered a dangerous element by the Crown from the start.
How's that?
You have to ask? Sonny, wherever you go, skeletons fall out of closets. Bridges burst into flames and secrets are revealed that never would have been.
So we were too much. Why weren't we simply eliminated?
Because you're valuable. If you do what we want you to do.
So you were there all along, throughout our whole career?
Something like that. I was there when you were assigned the rookie Martin McChicken, ever since he left the academy. I was there on the bloody New Year's Eve, which it shouldn't have gone down the way it did. But we were also the reason the legend of the Chicken Police was born instead of you going to jail.
You're saying we owe our fame to you?
I played a small part. Prosecutor Hamtaro did what he did for a reason. And the press wrote what we wanted them to write. Two roosters who survived and saved the day and became heroes.
Damn it, Lewis. That case ruined my life.
But gave you another one. The legend of the cop duo. How'd that work out?
Well, I still don't know how it ends.
よかったみたいです。
Okay, enough with this small talk. What's written on the paper?
I don't know.
Well, that's convenient.
Sonny, it takes a skilled cryptographer. Like the cryptographer who works for me.
Can you at least tell me what it's for?
It's a short, coded message we use for communications. For security reasons, and just in case it falls into the wrong hands, there are only two people in Clawville who can read it. One of them is my cryptographer.
Who's the other?
Come on, Sonny. You're yanking my tail. But this message is undoubtedly from us, the King's Guard.
The King's Guard?
That's what we call ourselves. All those who act to defend the king from that woman. I know, it sounds a bit theatrical.
Against a woman?
Lady Kayla.
So you formed a secret alliance against that lady.
It doesn't sound quite right when you put it like that. But that woman is special, and particularly dangerous to the entire empire. In fact, the entire world.
Okay, I admit this is getting interesting. Who is Lady Kayla anyway?
Her real name is Gloria Jane Gardner. She was a simple country girl. Her parents ran a small mom-and-pop store in small Townsville.
She's done pretty well for herself.
There are a lot of unknowns in her past, like she was always hiding. 10 years in her life that are completely blank with no record of her anywhere.
She simply disappeared?
Well, we know she's traveled the world, and when she returned, she called herself Lady Kayla and described herself as a kind of spiritual guru.
And that's when the church started, am I right?
Exactly. Which has developed at a frightening pace. And Lady Kayla was giving personal private seances and soul cleanses to the upper echelons of society.
Very clever.
That's not the best turn of phrase.
Why is this woman so dangerous? What are you really afraid of?
We should have kept a close eye on her when the cult first reared its head.
The cult? You mean the New Unity Church? I thought that was a serious religious denomination. It
is, but the purpose for what it does is another matter.
Do you think Lady Kayla is trying to get animals to support her for her own ends?
The church has been quick to get the poor on her side. The Hive is essentially hers. But Lady Kayla, being as appealing as she is, many of the upper classes attend her seances. So she essentially has her paws on everyone.
Even the king himself?
Even the king. That's right.
And what do you think she's gonna do with that power?
That's what we don't know yet.
So, here we are.
but we can be sure she doesn't want world peace. If our suspicions are correct, the Church and the Golden Fang clan are somehow connected.
Is that so? That's an interesting theory. Why are you telling me this? Why the sudden honesty?
You had me up against the wall.
You could have denied everything. There could have been 100 other reasons for your stutter. Besides, if you're really an experienced spy, you know that.
I just didn't want to play a part in front of you anymore, Sonny. You may take this as manipulation, but I consider you a friend. And I'm afraid you're digging yourselves in so deep that we're gonna have to work together. Because this thing is bigger than all of us.
The city's existence is at stake?
More than that, my friend. The whole world order.
Do we need to preserve that world order? It's already going down the drain as we speak.
Order must be maintained at all costs. If the Clawville dream falls, or if we admit it has already fallen, anarchy will break out. We'll eat each other. And not just figuratively.
What's in it for you? Why are you risking your life? Are you really such a patriot?
I don't have a family, Sonny. And neither do you anymore. While you chose booze and self-destruction, I chose a higher purpose.
So you're an incurable idealist.
I swore an oath to the king and the city. You know, it's good to belong to someone or something, Sonny.
Oh, shit, I don't know. Maybe just the bottom of the bottle.
You see, that's what I'm talking about.
So, here's this woman, and she's completely messed with the king's head.
One problem. The other is the registered church. Her organization is essentially inviolable. The police can't touch her with a finger.
The whole scheme seems pretty well thought out.
You said it.
So there's this woman. First, she charms the upper crust with her special little seances until word eventually gets to the king. The king then asks for private sessions. And of course, he falls madly in love with her.
Just as written in the big book. So, what comes next?
The king's former advisor dies mysteriously. Many suspect poisoning, but the investigation is quickly closed.
And the king appoints Lady Kayla, his personal spiritual guide, as his primary advisor. And as such, she becomes an honorary member of the Council of 12.
The most influential animal after the king.
See? See the dark and dangerous path she is slowly leading us down?
And what's next? Would she kill the king, too?
We don't think he'd be much use to her dead. We're more afraid that she's somehow trying to gain even more influence over him.
More than this? I mean, the king wouldn't fart without her permission.
And that's the first point you're wrong about, my friend.
What do you mean?
The king is socially rather awkward. In company, he seems powerless and confused. That is true. But that's the surface.
So you're saying he got wind of her plan. Would he be so cunning?
No one's ever dared to speak openly to him about the things I've just told you. But Hector himself came to me and asked me to check his mistress thoroughly, find out all about her past, and do a little digging around the church.
Well, well. The royal fox is not as lost as he seems.
No, he's not. All the while being head over heels in love. She's got him by the tail. But even so, Hector retained the sense that helped put him on the throne in the first place.
So the king suspects something, we suspect something. How do we proceed?
That, my friend, is a very good question.
どっちでも良さそうですが。
So what's the next step? How can we help you?
Honestly, Well, I'm surprised you're so cooperative, Sonny.
Well, there's something noble about what you do.
Thank you.
And there's a level of naive insanity that I can't help but respect.
I see.
But clucking hell, we're all in this together, right?
We definitely need to find out what the connection is between Lady Kayla and her church and the rise of the gangs.
Especially the Golden Fang.
Exactly. I know Mick's in your sights.
That's an understatement. He killed a friend of mine.
I hope you know this isn't about revenge.
I'm not the vengeful type, but when I catch him, I'll pull out all his hairs one by one.
Just find out what the link is first. And of course what they plan to do together with the church.
And Lady Kayla.
Deal.
So, what's our cue? How does the big plan begin, Super Spy?
First, find out what the paper says.
Yeah, but at this point I admit I'm stuck.
Kayla will help us. She's the best spy in the Hive. In fact, in the entire Empire.
Wait a minute. Don't I know her?
You might have met her. She's our agent reporting on the situation between the Great Web and the Clan.
Damn. Do you guys really have your hands everywhere?
I don't want to be modest. So yeah, all over the wilderness. If you must know, you have two longtime lady friends who worked for us. One in Stavonia, and one in the exotic southern swamplands.
The she-cat and the crocodile? You know what, though? I'd prefer not to know.
As you wish, Sonny.
Fillmore works for you too, doesn't he?
How did you know?
Look at you, stuttering again. Come on, he's been acting suspicious for years. Like I always knew.
Yeah, well, Filmer's been watching you since the Wessler case.
Explains a lot. Damn it.
Sorry if this is a lot to take in, but, it had to come out sometime.
Yeah, I think I understand.
I'll call Kayla. You stay here. We'll figure this out.
Just don't turn my apartment into a spy headquarters, okay?
Okay, I won't.
内気なウサギはスパイだったことが判明したので、今回はここまでにいたしとうございます。ご視聴ありがとうございました。